today's gardening and prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you out into the woods on this adventure. Behind me, I don't know if you can see all of them. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, huge stand that goes way, way back of one plant that a lot of people call evasive, but it's only because it's not being harvested. We're going to be talking about horsetail reed and its uses today. For the moment, I'm harvesting the wild growing horsetail reed because I'm going to teach you how to make a homemade shampoo that will help to not only grow your hair, but it's good for your nails, it's good for your bones, your teeth, so many wonderful things. This is a young horsetail reed. And Native Americans used to use it as well. A lot of your early settlers, this is also known as scouring rush. See, it comes apart at the segments here. And of course you'd use the thicker ones for the scouring rush, but you bind together a whole lot of them, and you can use them to scrub pots and dishes and everything. But a lot of people don't know this is high in one of the highest plants in natural silica. Now, I'm going to be using it in a homemade shampoo recipe and a hair rinse as well. This will help grow your hair, everyone. Also, if you wanted to, you can also harvest it, dry it, powder it up, put it into capsules and take it internally as well. You can also make a tea out of it. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not the greatest tea on earth, but it works wonders for many, many things, and I'll go into more detail in the description box below, as well as in the video later on. Right now, I want to get some harvested. Now, I've already made my offerings, because that is how I was trained to do so. If you don't do it, that's on you. I was trained differently. This is easy to harvest. Now, of course, you can use pliers. Now, you have to watch out for snakes, but don't let that discourage you. See, it just breaks apart. And you can startle a frog, which I saw him hop off. Now, when you're harvesting it, you want to get the big ones, the little ones, the medium-sized ones. You want to change up. That's not what I wanted to do. So now, it's time to get the clippers out. Now, like I said, it can be very evasive, but if you keep up with it and harvest it and use it, it will thank you for it, and you can control it. I'm going to get some young ones. I am so happy to be able to harvest them. extremely medicinal plant, and another very misunderstood one. I want to get some of these young ones. And see, wherever you cut it, it's going to shoot up off the side, new shoots. I have enough, so I will see you back at the shed of many names after a while. Here is the other side, and it goes back as far as the eyes can see. It follows this small little creek that has to be spring fed because we haven't had rain in so long, so it's got to be a spring fed creek for it to have running water in it. But look, there's thousands of them, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful sight. But they spread on into the back. Just gorgeous. And I'll see y'all after a while. Okay, welcome to the shed of many names this evening, where we're going to get busy making Horsetail Reed and stinging nettle infused organic shampoo. Yes, I know, it's a lot, but it's not as bad as you think it is. Now, what I do have is a pot which I was blessed to get the insert for. I found at Goodwill. So this is going to help me a whole lot. Now, with that being said, you do not have to have that. You can just put all the green ingredients into a stock pot to brew in. So, let's start with what you're going to need. Of course, Horsetail Reed, which you can tell I have already cut up, and I'll show you here how to do it. Take your scissors or your clippers and just cut them up into segments. They don't have to be big segments, but you want to get them cut up, especially at the joints. These have set for a little while, so they're not as crispy as they were. And when you get fresh ones, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say crispy. See, you can hear it. Horsetail Reed is amazing for your hair, your nails, your skin. It's wonderful. Now, the extra bonus is I was blessed to get a hold of a whole bunch of organic stinging nettles. Now, I will tell you this recipe, if you don't have fresh, don't worry about it. You can use dried as well, because you're going to reconstitute it and make a very condensed tea with them both. So, if you're blessed to have fresh, use the fresh. If you can only get a hold of dry, now I would not use Horsetail Reed powder in this one, but if you can get the cut up pieces of Horsetail Reed, that's your best bet. Stinging nettle, you don't want it powdered, you want it in leaf form. Now, I'm going to be using Castile soap. Yes, I know it's not cheap, but you know what? This goes a long way, because a lot of people don't know Castile soap actually needs to be watered down because it's very concentrated in this form. Now this one is lavender, because it's one of my favorites. Now, they do have, if you've never bought Castile soap before, they have rose. They also have tea tree. They have peppermint. They have eucalyptus. Let's see, there's a couple other ones. And if you have very sensitive skin, they have a baby one that has no scent, no anything, and that's for sensitive skin. So anyone can use this. And of course, guess what? It's organic. Now, of course, unfortunately, you pay for organic. You pay for the name. But this wasn't too bad. It was $15 for this big 32 fluid ounce bottle. You're going to want some really good vitamin E gel caps, and this one is extra strength. What you're going to be doing is getting the vitamin E out of the inside of the capsule. And since it's me and I always make big batches, I have two half-gallon jars. One is to make the actual shampoo in, and the other one is to strain the tea once it's done. Now, let's get started. Hold on a minute. Well, I'm going to bring y'all up high for a bird's eye view. Now, Horsetail Reed, like I said, I'm making a highly concentrated tea. So, 2 big handfuls, like that. Now, of course, if you're not making a big batch like I am, you can make this in pint jars, quart jars, or the half-gallon jars. Or if you just get spry, you can do gallon jars. You're just going to have to keep up with your measurements. A little bit more for good measure. Yeah. Now, of course, my stinging nettle has wilted quite a bit. It's got a little bit of sting in it. Not too much. And that was probably 2 big double handfuls of it as well. Now, with this, since you are using the reason why you're making your own shampoo is to get the chemicals out of your body, out of your hair and everything. So, you can buy bottled, purified or distilled water. Just read the print on the jugs and see when it was bottled, because they all put the bottling print on the big jugs. And a lot of people don't know, after 14 days of being in the plastic jugs, the plastic chemicals start leaching into your waters. So, I didn't find any that was less than 14 days, so I cranked up the Berkey, and I'm going to have to wait for a pot of coffee. And as I said, I don't want a whole lot of water in there, because I want to make a very condensed tea, and that's going to need some more water in it. Okay, put my Berkey back and fill it up. Because I'm ready for a pot of coffee. Okay, you want enough water in your pot. See, there's going to be just enough in there. Now, you're going to you want a good tight fitting lid. And I'm lucky to have a lid that fits. There we go. Now, you're going to put this on your stove top. Bring it up to a rolling boil. Cut the flame off and let it completely cool down. And I will bring you back once it has completely cooled down, and then we'll strain it, and then we'll get to mixing the shampoo up. I'll see you back here after a while. Okay, the tea has cooled down, and it is a strong, good, strong, stout tea. Now, of course, there will be some tea left over, which I will give you different usages for it. I'm running it through a strainer just to be on the safe side, because I don't know if you can see down in there, there is some fine particles. Now, with this being said, you can save any leftover tea. It is very good to drink in small doses. Horsetail Reed, if drinking really strong doses, which this is a really strong, considered a strong dose, you have to be careful. It can cause pancreatitis, but you have to drink a lot of it. But this is very strong. Now, if you wanted to, any leftover tea can be put in a jar, stored in your fridge. You can add it to soups, which will water it down more. You can add it to your bath water. It will do wonders for your skin as well. You can drink it, but I wouldn't drink a whole lot of it, because it's a very good diuretic, but it's good for high blood pressure. Many medicinal benefits comes with horsetail reed, but with anything, you have to use with knowledge and precautions. So, we're here to talk about shampoo. Now, of course, I'm making a big batch of shampoo, because, well, that's how I do things. Now, this will store very well on a shelf. I'm mixing it in a large jar. Now, you can always pour it down in smaller jars. Now, we're doing with Castile soap to make your shampoo. You want a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 cup of Castile, 1 cup of strongly infused tea. So, since I have measurements on here, I'm going to try to get, I should be able to, 3 cups of Castile soap. Now, I will tell you, this will be a thinner shampoo than what most people are used to. Don't worry about that, because believe me, it's Castile soap. It's still going to wash your hair very well. And there we have 3 cups, and I got some left over. Now, reason I know, it has markings on the side. And that's three cups, 4, 5, and that's going to be the 6-cup mark. Oh, that wasn't quite what I wanted. We're going to try this and hope that it pours well. Yeah, pretty good so far. And you can see how rich. Oh, that smells good. You can see how rich the tea is. That is extremely rich tea. Now, me being me, I like to use a natural preservative. Let's see. Yep, here's my paper towels. I gotta clean my mess up. And like I said, don't waste the tea that's left over. Definitely add it to soups. Or if you want to make more shampoo, later date, you can freeze it. Freezing won't hurt it a bit. It'll be fine. But you do need to store it in the refrigerator until you do something with it. And these are just vitamin E gel caps. And they're 1,000 IUs. And just for health safety and to make the shampoo even better, I'm going to add 5 of them. Now usually I use scissors. You just snip it. And see? Squeeze the vitamin E oil right into the jar. Throw the little capsule away. Be careful not to get your fingers. And as you can see, the vitamin E goes right into the jar. You know, 5 is probably overkill, but better to be safe than sorry. Vitamin E is a preservative, a fixative, and extremely healthy for you. Okay, that's 3. We'll make sure you get all that vitamin E oil out. Until your hair's going to smell good from this. And like I say, Castile comes in many wonderful fragrances, which is all natural, essential oils. Now, we're going to put our lids back on. For the love of God, do not shake your jar, because it's going to bubble very well. And like I said, this is going to be looser shampoo than you're used to. Do not let that faze you. Do not let that fool you. Do not let that trick you. Castile bubbles very well. And of course, if you've never used Castile soap and you have allergies, read the labels. But let me tell you, this shampoo works wonders. Now you can pour it down into smaller jars, which I will be doing at a later date. Label your jars. Horsetail, Castile Shampoo. Like I said, it's a whole lot thinner than most people are used to their shampoos being. But you know what? You know why it's thinner? They don't have all those chemicals, all those fixatives, and everything that's going to make it thick. And believe me, a little bit goes a very long way with this shampoo. This will last a good while. Now, you do want to make sure that you agitate it. Make sure that vitamin E oil gets mixed all in. One thing I wanted to add into the video, which I'll crop this section of the video into the other one. This is all natural. You're going to need to, before you use it, agitate it, because nothing's wrong with it. The tea and the soap could separate. Just shake it a little bit. Agitate it. Get it mixed back up. Nothing's going to be wrong with your shampoo. Just remember, things happen when it's organic and you keep them mixed together. Just wanted to add that little bit that I totally forgot to say. Find you a small squirt bottle and just fill it up. A little bit of this shampoo goes a long way, people. And like I said, this one is the lavender-based Castile soap. They have rose, they have tea tree, eucalyptus, let's see, peppermint, which you better be careful about getting into your eyes. Speak from experience on that one. If you're allergic, have skin allergies, the baby one is very good. Very good, because it's scent free. And I know there's other scents as well. Simple, easy, homemade, all natural. Not only a good shampoo, but one that's going to promote hair growth, stronger hair, happier scalp. Wonderful, wonderful. How would you want to put it? Nutritive shampoo. One that's going to feed your hair and not strip it or soak it with too many oils. And imagine how long 6 cups of shampoo is going to last. It's going to last a while. Didn't take much to make it. Like I said, save all your tea. Put it up in a jar in your fridge. And use it here and there when you get a chance to. Just keep an eye on it. And before long, you'll notice a change in how your nails grow, how your skin looks. It protects from UTI infections. It is a diuretic, so be very careful. Small doses, folks, because you don't want to get pancreatitis. Now, I'm not saying everybody's going to get it, but there'll be one person who will. The chance is there. Now, using it as a shampoo, not going to cause that problem. Using it in your bath, you're perfectly safe. And it'd be great, the stinging nettle and horsetail reed in your bath. It'd be a nice, relaxing bath. Your skin will thank you for it. And like I said, you can add it a little bit to smoothies. Drink a little bit as a tea. You're probably going to want to sweeten it. Or just belly up and drink it. Add it to soups. Freeze it if you can't use all of it at once. Just don't waste it, folks. Simple, easy, and anybody can make these recipes. You just got to believe in yourself and have the ingredients that you need. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask me in the comments section below. Sorry, folks. My sinuses are after me. And I look forward to seeing y'all in my next video. This is prepping, people, putting back cleaning products for yourself. Shampoos, body washes, all of that you can make and make bigger batches of it. Simple, easy, homemade, and organic. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. May you each be blessed. Y'all take care. See you soon.